Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're at a massive stadium, right? The crowd is absolutely buzzing. And then the home team emerges from the tunnel. You feel that surge of collective energy as they high five, clap each other on the back, and then together they just let out this huge roar. That unified sound, that shared surge of confidence, it's primal, isn't it? It's like a declaration, a challenge, a promise, all rolled into one. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a moment of collective power, a declaration of unity that played out on an ancient battlefield in a way that might actually surprise you. Our mission here is to extract some powerful insights about collective strength, but not from, modern sports psychology or anything like that. We're going to a truly unexpected source, an excerpt from a discussion about Chapter 1, Verse 18 of the Mahabharata. It's titled The Unity of Conches on the Battlefield. This snapshot, drawn from this incredible ancient epic, it reveals something profound, I think. Something incredibly human about shared purpose and the potent force of coming together.
It really does. And what's fascinating here is how an action from millennia ago, a seemingly simple act of sound, still speaks to us with such clarity. It's not just about a shared purpose, is it? It's about how that purpose is physically manifested and the profound psychological ripple effect it creates. For those doing it, for those watching or listening in this case, it's really a testament to the timeless nature of these deep-seated human experiences.
Absolutely. So let's try and transport ourselves back to that ancient moment. Picture the scene. Two colossal armies arrayed against each other on the field of Kurukshetra. The air is thick with tension, the dust rising. The stakes are just unfathomably high. This isn't just some minor skirmish. It's the eve of a war that's going to redefine a whole civilization. And just like that modern team huddle we talked about, something incredibly similar happened. But instead of stadium cheers, it was a sound. Well, a sound so immense, our source told us, it truly shook the heavens. This was definitely more than just noise. It was like the opening crescendo of an epic, a moment charged with destiny.
Exactly. And to truly grasp the weight of this moment, it's crucial to understand the backdrop. The Mahabharata isn't merely a story, and it's not simply a battle narrative either. It's one of the longest and most significant epic poems in human history. It weaves together philosophy, ethics, statecraft, spirituality. The conflict at Kurukshetra is presented as a dharma youth, a righteous war. It's seen as the culmination of decades of injustice and really complex moral dilemmas. So when this verse sets the scene, it's not just detailing troop positions or, military strategy. It's highlighting the profound psychological and, yes, spiritual preparation for a confrontation of just unparalleled gravity. The sounds we're about to explore aren't just an opening salvo. They are a declaration of collective resolve, a kind of premonition of the colossal struggle to follow, deeply rooted in the concept of dharma, or righteous conduct.
Right, Dharma. And it was a declaration made by some truly pivotal figures within the Pandava army. Our source actually details the specific individuals involved in this powerful unified act. We're talking about Drupada, the valiant king of Panchala, a key and very staunch ally in this righteous war. And then the Upapandavas, the five heroic sons of Draupadi. They represented the future of the Pandava lineage. Each one was a formidable warrior in his own right, already bearing the weight of their family's honor. And perhaps most notably, the source mentions the mighty Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra, Arjuna's celebrated son, known for incredible bravery and prowess even at a remarkably young age. So these weren't just any soldiers, these were figures of immense influence. Their actions would have reverberated through the entire army, deeply embodying the cause they fought for. What I find particularly compelling here is how the source describes the meaning behind that sound. These key figures, it tells us, were blowing their conches together. This wasn't just a cacophony, it was a synchronized act, a very deliberate one, and the source clarifies. Each sound wasn't just a noise, it was a declaration of unity, strength, and readiness for the battle ahead. It wasn't about individual calls echoing across the field, it was about creating this, well, harmonious symphony of shared intent and collective will. A singular, powerful statement.
Indeed. And the conch itself, the shankha, held immense symbolic and ritualistic value in ancient Indian culture. Far beyond its practical use as just a signaling device, it was considered a sacred object, often associated with divine beings, particularly Lord Vishnu, who carries the Panchajanya conch. Its sound was believed to dispel negative energies, invoke divine blessings, maybe even purify the atmosphere. So when these specific revered warriors, these champions of the Pandava cause, blew their conches together, the act transcended mere military communication. It became something more. This synchronized sound became a powerful, almost ritualistic internal boost for the Pandavas, a communal affirmation of their shared purpose, their dharma, and their unwavering resolve. It served to bind them psychologically, reducing individual anxieties by activating a strong sense of social cohesion. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, as you said, it simultaneously sent a potent psychological message to their adversaries. Not just we're here, but we are unified presence, a daunting force imbued with divine sanction, ready for a war of cosmic proportions. It was really a sonic statement of collective will, morale, and divine alignment.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, the sound itself was almost an act of empowerment and a psychological weapon.
In a way, yes. That's a powerful way to put it.
And this idea of collective confidence, it isn't just stuck in ancient battlefields, is it? It's remarkably relatable even today. You know, it's like that feeling when you and your school friends stand before an exam or a big sports competition. When you all cheer together, your confidence just, it doubles somehow. Or think of a team facing a seemingly insurmountable task at work. When everyone aligns, shares the burden, and voices their commitment, that individual hesitation often gives way to collective strength. It just melts away. Our source actually bridges this back to the battlefield beautifully. It explains that similarly, the Pandava army's warriors used their conches as a way of saying, we are together and we are fearless. It's like an ancient grand-scale version of a team rallying cry, isn't it? Solidifying their shared mindset and amplifying their resolve. It's not just about the noise they made, but the silent internal shift it triggered in every single warrior listening.
Precisely. This unity, this collective affirmation, gave them immense courage. And remember, they faced a massive army, a force that must have seemed overwhelming in its sheer numbers and its formidable commanders. So this raises an important question. How does this communal expression transcend individual fear? How does it build a shared resolve that goes beyond just simple morale boosting? It's not just about the volume or the specific sound of the conch, it's about the conscious, synchronized act of affirmation. Modern social psychology actually offers insights here, concepts like collective efficacy, which is basically the belief that a group can successfully execute a task together. When individuals witness and hear others committing alongside them, it validates their own commitment, right? It magnifies their inner strength and fosters a shared identity. We're doing this. It creates a kind of collective consciousness where individual doubts are diminished by a powerful, unified purpose. This becomes a feedback loop of courage, a potent psychological force that can often tip the scales in situations of immense pressure. The synchronicity itself signals commitment and reliability among peers. We are in this together.
That's fascinating. So it's not just a vague feeling of being together, but an active shared belief in the group's ability to achieve something difficult. It almost makes you wonder, was there maybe a nervous soldier on the edge of the line somewhere? And that collective roar of the conche just snapped them into focus, reminded them they were part of something much, much larger than themselves. Have we seen similar moments in history where a symbolic, unified act like this completely shifts the psychological tide, maybe even against greater odds?
Oh, absolutely. Think of historical examples like the unified war cries of various cultures before Battle of the Haka, for instance, or even the synchronized marching and drumming of Roman legions. These weren't just about intimidation, though they certainly were intimidating. They were also about forging an unbreakable collective identity and mental fortitude within their own ranks. And in more modern contexts, we see it in protest movements. When masses march and chant in unison, the power isn't just in the numbers on the street. It's in the shared, vocalized commitment that reinforces individual belief and projects an undeniable collective force. The synchronized conch blowing on the Kurukshetra battlefield serves as this potent, ancient example of what we now understand as activating social identity and collective efficacy. It turns individual fear into a shared and amplified resolve. It's a primal form of psychological warfare, really, both boosting their own side and potentially demoralizing the enemy, transforming individual apprehension into collective readiness.
It's truly remarkable how those ancient principles resonate so strongly with our modern understanding of group dynamics. It really is. And this brings us neatly to the profound takeaway from the source material, which shifts our focus from the physical act itself to the enduring message behind it. It tells us, quite simply, this verse teaches us the power of teamwork and togetherness.
Oh.
It's not just a military tactic recorded in history. It's presented as a fundamental, timeless truth about human endeavor. So the big question then is, what does this all mean for you listening right now? How does this insight apply beyond ancient battles and into the fabric of our contemporary lives?
Well, the core message, as articulated in this ancient text, is incredibly potent and, I think, universally applicable. It suggests even the strongest warrior cannot win alone. But when we stand united with our family, friends, and values, we become unstoppable. This principle isn't exclusive to warfare or grand epics at all. It's a fundamental truth about human flourishing. And beyond the obvious practical advantages of shared effort, the text implies a deeper, almost spiritual truth here. The unity isn't just about shared physical presence, but a communion of dharma, as we mentioned, a collective alignment with righteous purpose and shared values, which the Mahabharata suggests is the true source of insurmountable strength. Think about it. Whether you're facing personal challenges, embarking on community projects, navigating complex professional environments, or even just striving for personal growth, the power of shared values and mutual support amplifies individual strength exponentially. It just does. It underscores that truly significant achievements are often the result of aligned efforts, where each person's contribution is strengthened by the collective bond and a common vision. It's about finding that deep resonance with others, recognizing that our individual light shines brighter when combined with the lights around us, creating a kind of beacon that can guide us through any darkness.
Wow. What a powerful, layered message, distilled from an ancient moment on the precipice of war. This deep dive has really shown us how a simple yet profound act, the synchronized blowing of conches together on a battlefield by these pivotal figures, became far more than just a signal. It was a declaration of unity that instilled not just strength and courage, but a profound collective belief, even in the face of overwhelming odds. It wasn't merely a fanfare before the fight, it was a testament to the true transformative power of coming together. With shared purpose, deeply held values, and a unified, unwavering will.
Exactly. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how the resonance of those ancient conches continues to echo through time. It keeps reminding us that our greatest strengths often emerge not from individual might or singular talent alone, but from our collective harmony, our synchronized efforts, and our shared resolve. It's a timeless truth that really transcends context, a principle that can still fortify us today. The very act of unity, of expressing that shared commitment, can transform a collection of individuals into something much more powerful, maybe even an unstoppable force.
Absolutely, a really potent reminder. So as you go about your day, maybe think about a challenge you're facing today, whether it's a personal goal, a team project, or maybe a community initiative you care about. Where in your life could a symbolic conch blow, a unified expression of purpose with your chosen team, your family, or your community transform your approach? Where could it make you feel truly unstoppable?